Hey, what's up, everybody? Brooke here. I hope wherever you are in the world today is treating you well. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why this is a perfect time for women to join the skilled trades. Now, it's Sunday right now. I'm getting bitten alive by mosquitoes for whatever reason. So, I'm going to turn my car on. And I'm filling my gas tank up. I'm getting ready for the week. And I just was thinking about a lot of things, just like how women always ask me how I got into the field, ask me all different types of questions. They show a lot of interest, but they don't want to make the move because they're intimidated. And I'm here to just share my experiences. That's what I like to do on this channel. I like to make different videos. And I like to do it from like an unconventional point of view, being a woman in construction, specifically plumbing, which in my understanding is like one of the trades that have the least amount of women in. Just because it's a difficult gig. It's a difficult, field. Whereas like with electricians, also difficult, but definitely more women are attracted to being an electrician. Me, on the other hand, I'm scared, so scared of anything electric, so scared. I literally, just the other day, I pulled this guy over to the side. I was like, hey, can you see if this wire is live? And he's like, oh, you mean the wire that has no copper in it? That's literally just the shell that we're literally throwing on the floor, that wire? And I was like, yes, that one. Can you check? And he just looks at me like freaking dumbass. But anyway, so there's a lot of women that ask me questions. They say, they're like, I want to get out of working in an office. I want to get out of this. I want to do something more. Don't want to have a desk job. I want to move around. I want to travel. There's so many opportunities for men and women alike, but specifically for women, to join the skilled trades. And I just want to share some things that I picked up along the way on my travels, about what I see and where I think that women really shine in construction. So this, again, is just my opinion. I share my opinion. I don't make any money off these videos. I literally make money in the field, working as an apprentice, working my way to having my own gig one day. And I just really want to just be authentic in sharing what I'm sharing, and not to ruffle feathers. I know that there's some things that I may say that may be controversial, but I'm literally just being honest. So with that said, let's jump into the video. Now, some women ask me, they're like, how do I start? Where do I start? So my advice to you would be to first off, find your personality in your work habits. What do you like to do? Do you like to work with people? Do you like to work by yourself? Do you like to be a team player? Do you like to be self-led? Like what are some things that you're into? And then that would kind of start the bridge of getting you into different categories. So like, for example, if you like to work by yourself, if you like to be more self-led, if you want to create things, like I would say you should probably look into welding, especially on the job sites. I've pimped for a welder. That's what they have, such funny names in construction. So I was like pimping for a welder, and pretty much like we were to the side, no one bothered us, and we were fabricating, and I was like passing him rods and things like that. Love this guy. His name Fitz. He still works for the company that I'm in. Really, really nice. If he ever sees this video, hi. But anyway, so like welders kind of do their own thing. They're independent, and they really enjoy creating things, and they're kind of just on their own time. They're on the welder time, But if you're someone that likes to work with people, if you like to, work in different areas, environments, different conditions, if you like to do different things every day, if you don't mind asking for help in the sense of like lifting things or whatever, right? I'm just being general. Then I would recommend maybe looking into being an electrician or a plumber. These jobs will keep you moving. They'll keep you moving, and you'll always learn. And you'll never stop learning as long as you are eager to learn. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's always something else to learn. And I remember one time I was like, it was something silly. We had to get a pipe through this like through this wood, these cat pieces. And we couldn't figure it out. And he's like, I really want to go upstairs and drop this down for whatever reason. I don't remember the exact reason. And I was like, what if we do this way? And I was able to put this 20-foot, 2-inch pipe through the walls in such a way that we were able to snake it up and have this stack come down. He's like, what's funny? I've been a plumber for 40 years. He's like, and I always stay open to people showing me a different way. And being that I get told that often, especially being a woman, because women have different minds than men, in my opinion. A lot of people want to say, this is controversial, I'm just being honest, women can do the same thing men can do. No, they cannot. They cannot. As a woman and with 3 daughters, we cannot. There's 2 genders, man and woman, and we're different, and there's no problem. There's nothing wrong with that, What a man can do physically, a woman can do mentally. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we complement each other very well. And that's not to be, controversial. I'm just saying, like, don't go on these job sites. And this is just a side note, advice to all women that are watching this. Don't get offended, but don't go on these job sites and think that you can sling pipe just like these men can. That you can sling 4-foot friggin', wrenches on galvanized pipe on a 6-foot ladder. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't even try. You're going to hurt yourself. You probably kill yourself. Like, don't do it. But what you can do is you can be more practical. You can use your mind, your intellect. You can use your attention to detail, and you can do things a little more efficiently where you're not breaking your back and things like that. And sometimes it requires a back break. And if that's the case, help the person out that's doing it, because then you can alleviate some pressure for him. I've been in the position too many times where I think I can do something and I've really almost jacked myself up, and it's not worth it. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, especially being in plumbing, which is probably why women aren't really attracted to plumbing, because it's a lot of grunt work. It's a lot of heavy stuff. But I've also been in the position that somebody's having a hard time, I'm able to help him. And even if I can't take over, I can alleviate some pressure to make the job, go more efficiently, and also to save our backs and our knees and things like that. So as a woman, go in there being practical, be humble, and don't let your ego get the best of you, and you'll go far in this industry. That's just my opinion, my 2 cents, for whatever it's worth. So there are a lot of people that are retiring now. Their retirement age, they're getting out of the trades. They've been doing this for 50, 60 years. And there's not enough people that are coming in and they're filling those spaces. I mean, you have major general contractors that are looking for skilled tradesmen and women to take over managerial positions. So for women who are, let's say they're in accounting or they're in legal, because believe me, I've had people in different areas talk to me about joining the trades. How do I go from being an accountant to an electrician? You can do it. Why not? You probably make the same, in essence of like, a full-time electrician mechanic getting overtime plus an accountant. You probably make similar money, like especially in New York, Long Island, like you make bread. So you can do it. And even like analytically, like I would say for someone that's an accountant, maybe you should look into being an accountant for a firm, or like there's so many things that women can do. And like I said, this is a perfect opportunity, especially with trades programs, specifically with the union. They have union apprenticeship programs. They're always looking for women. They're knocking down doors to get women to join the trades, and many are just not attracted to it. But I think it's because they don't realize all of the benefits that they get. Even in like the whole like daycare situation, like let's say for women who have young children and they want to join the workforce, or the trades rather, and they need help. Like there's literally for the United Associations of Journeymen and Pipe Fitters here in America and Canada, there's literally like a stipend. They'll give you like $1,200 a month towards your friggin' daycare, which is outrageous. Like look at the Working Mom subreddit on Reddit, and you'll see like these people are paying like $2,000-$3,000 a month for friggin' daycare. You can literally get subsidies paid from the UA so that you can join an apprenticeship program. There's so many opportunities for women out there. It's outrageous. And like more women need to know, whether it be union where, we fight, we have collective bargaining, we fight for certain benefits, we fight for an annuity, we fight for pensions, we fight for all these things, or you can join a good, private non-union company where they may have 401ks, paid days off, vacation holidays, whatever. Like you got to really look. You got to see what you're kind of more into. I was drawn to the union because I come from the non-union world, so I really, really love the union. I love being a part of it, and I'm a proud union member. But you have to see what's going to fit your style. You got to first see which trade you want to get into. I think whether it be carpenter, I actually met a carpenter. I met a woman. She said to call herself MJ. I'll never forget it. She's like Michael Jackson. And I'm like, okay. And she was finishing up. It was a 4-year apprenticeship program. She was on her 4th year, and she was she was doing CAD drawings. So she was big into like blueprints, and that's what she wanted to do. She's like, I love working in construction, but I need something that's a little more like on a desk, that I'm able to kind of be flexible with. I can work from home. I can do different things. And I'm like, you gotta do whatever you want. You're calling the shots. You have a skill set, and you're bringing it to a company. You're calling the shots. Granted, they can choose to hire you or not, but like, if you want to become more valuable, you want to become someone that's a smart individual, that's a mechanic, right? That knows how to problem solve, that's confident, and that's not scared to take risks in the sense of like, hey, this main is leaking. Can you fix it? Sure. I mean, yeah, I've never done it before, but I'll try it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Hey, we need you to cut out the manifold and put new copper manifolds in. Sure. I mean, I've done it never, but I'll do it. Like you want to really just jump into things. You want to be someone that's willing to to just get your hands dirty. That's the whole thing about the skilled trades too. You just want to get in there, work, and it's something that I feel like once more women kind of get into, they're going to love it. They're going to love it, with the caveat, if you have it in your head, again, my 2 cents, that you're not like a man. You're not like a man. And this isn't, and I'm sure if somebody sees this video, they're going to be like, oh, you're catering to men. No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Because if you're my daughter, if you're a young woman and you're watching this and you're looking into construction, I want to protect you. I want you to be okay. I don't want you to get hurt and try to compete with men. I want you to take your natural born instincts that makes you a woman, right? That your intellect, like the things that you're good at, that we're naturally good at. I remember my welding teacher said in high school, because I'm a killer TIG welder, humble brag, but he used to say, he's like, how can, somebody was like, oh, well, how can she throw those beads down? She's only done it a couple times, whatever, something, forgot exactly what, this is talking 20 years ago. I was like welding cans together. I competed in welding competitions and stuff. And my teacher was like, well, women can, do their mascara, their makeup, eat a sandwich, you drink a smoothie, whatever, on the way to work, and drive a car at the same time. Like, we can multitask. We have insane eye-hand coordination. Like, we have natural abilities that separates us from men. Same thing with like say for like martial arts, right? Which sounds silly, but this is a good example. Wing Chun specifically is a Chinese martial art. That was more catered for like the movements of women, but it's a sick martial art. It's nasty. It's what like Bruce Lee was involved with. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you ever seen that movie Ip Man and all that stuff, like women bring strengths, and I'm sick of like there having to be this parameter when I talk to women, like, oh, I'm not a dude, I'm not a man, I can't do it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. You just ask for help. Like, no one's gonna. I go on the job site and listen. I get guys that haze me. I get guys that give me a hard time. I get guys. I was saying this in a live a couple days ago. I have another YouTube channel that's not related to this, and there was a guy that was showing me how to use a core drill machine. Okay, and when I first got into the trades, it was really hard for me. I was coming out of really bad postpartum I had for years, and I really just threw myself out there. It was after my business. It was like a very, very humbling experience in my life, very humbling time in my life. Totally changed my life, in my opinion. But if I'm being honest, and I remember I was like very overweight, and I was very like self-conscious, and I was just like wanted to do a good job, and I always want to do a good job. But now I'm confident, like I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. But with things that I know. But I remember this guy was like, oh, the way you would use a core drill machine. I'm core drilling. For those of you who know, it was like I think 4 or 5 inch. I was making a hole in the concrete, and he's like, just stand on it. And I know some people do this, okay, but I literally never used a core drill machine before, and I'm standing on it, and I start to do the machine, and he's watching me, and these other 2 guys are watching me, and then I literally got whacked into the friggin' wall. Thing pinned me up, and I forgot exactly how. I forgot if I think we put a bolt in, but we didn't like tie it down. So it was able to, like, it was swinging, right? It like swung me. It could have friggin' broke my hip, truthfully. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to be, I forgot why I'm bringing it up, but I've been hazed. Okay. I've been hazed on job sites. I know how dangerous it can be. And I'm not saying this is like, whatever. I'm just sharing my experience, but you just got to be careful out there. But women are very smart. And, if you trust your instincts, if you trust what you can bring to the table, you can be a real accent a company, right? You can work for these big companies like Belfor, friggin' Engel Berman. I'm talking about Long Island contractors. Tritech. I mean, there's so many opportunities. You can run work. You could be a project manager. You could be a foreman. You could be someone in CAD work. You could be a supervisor. You can even go to your local union hall, go through the apprenticeship program, and become a teacher. Like, there's a lot of opportunities for you. You can go into your union hall and become a BA. Like, there's so many opportunities. We need good people to be in the skilled trades, because what's going to happen, and this is just facts, this just is what it is, you're gonna hire people that aren't as skilled, and they're going to start taking over these jobs, and like, there is schooling involved. There's a lot of education that's required to be a good mechanic, specifically like being a welder or being a plumber or being an electrician or being someone in HVAC or being a carpenter. Like, even carpenters, you can be a high-end carpenter and like be putting in, slabs, like these gorgeous like granite slabs in the kitchens. I mean, you can get as fine detailed as you want. You can be this, high-end plumber that has whatever, that does all the bells and whistles, only the best of the best, Toto toilets, all that stuff, right? Or you can be someone that's, an electrician that only works in like the Hamptons, like, there's so many opportunities. You can be a business owner. That's what I'm going for. Like, you can do so much. And I just feel like a lot of women need to be empowered by that. You have opportunities for daycare, you have opportunities for education, you have opportunities for having a pension, for being able to take care of yourself if something happens to your spouse. Maybe you're a single mom, maybe you're just single. You know, you want to be able to really look into the possibility of construction being a good job for you, if that makes sense. You know, there's a lot of women that work, like they'll do Uber, or maybe like I talked to them at Whole Foods. I talked about this before, not on this channel, but like, I don't like to use self-checkout because I feel like I'm taking someone's job. It sounds silly, but I really don't like to use self-checkout. Plus, it's very AI. It's very like Mark of the Beast. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't like to use self-checkout. So when I go to cashier, I just make small talk. I can't shut up. I can't help it. That's why I have a YouTube channel. So I'll talk to these women and they'll be like, oh, I wish I would have done that if I was younger, if I was this. You can do it. You got a heartbeat, you can segue anything in your life. And that goes for anything, whether it be weight loss, health, relationships, you know, money, companies, whatever, jobs, who cares, right? None of us are making it out in the end of this, none of us. So I think it's important to really just take that leap of faith and jump into it and see what you're made of. Start, you women out there who are listening to this, who made it this far, thank you. But what I would recommend for you is to find what you're good at, put your traits on paper and see which, you know, avenue you think you would be best at, and then go. Jump into it. You know, I was a welder first before I became a plumber. So there's nothing wrong with segueing. If anything, it just builds the arsenal in your tool belt. You know what I'm saying? But I hope this video was helpful for you. If you want a more in detail video like of exactly how to do all these things, exactly all the resources, let me know. I'll make that for you. Or if you want me to talk about anything else pertaining to the skilled trades, I am more than happy to do so. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll check you back again on the next video. Take care, friends.